All right, it is time to put up or shut up for Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev. The rematch is set. It goes down in just a few days, and I'm going to tell you who wins these fights. Now, before I get on to the main card, this is a really good fight card from top to bottom. Way down on the early prelims, we have Patchy Mix on there, who's taking on a UFC newcomer, Jacob, how do I even say that? Jacob Wicklax. Anyway, Patchy Mix, as we know, made his UFC debut. It was very, very celebrated, and he failed. He went up against Mario Batista and lost a decision. Now, he's on the prelims, and he's under a lot of pressure, and he's taking on this UFC newcomer, Jacob Wicklax. I think that's how you say it. I apologize, brother, if I'm saying it wrong. But this guy is no chump. He's no walk in the park. He's on a 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 fight win streak. He's got a record of 16-3, 0 knockouts, 10 submissions. The man's a grappling specialist. I'm telling you, I think Patchy Mix is going to crumble under the pressure. Another one to look out for on there, Austin Vanderford, Paige Van Zandt's husband. He's taking on Ramiz Brahimaj. Austin Vanderford's great. I think he's going to get the win there. So we've got Edmund Shabazian taking on Andre Muniz. That's going to be a banger as well. Edmund Shabazian, in my humble opinion, takes the win. All right, let's get into it. The main event is Alex Pereira coming back, trying to reclaim his throne, trying to get victory, trying to get revenge over Magomed Ankalaev. There's been a lot of shit talk. These two are building it up nicely, and it's going to be a great fight.
No Shama. Let's go.
In other videos, I've said Pereira's got to be hungry. He's got to be dangerous. He's got to go forward. He's got to pull the trigger, and he's got to be first. He can't allow himself to get pushed back against Ankalaev. If he does that, he's going to lose another fight. Now, I believe to a certain degree for Magomed Ankalaev, the aura of Alex Pereira has gone. He now knows this man's human. I can beat him. I've taken his best shots. I can take him down. I beat him once before, and I'll beat him again. And that's why we've seen Alex Pereira coming out and talking shit and saying that he was hiding from him and all the rest of it, because there's a lot of pressure on the shoulders of Alex Pereira.
Aí o cara fala para dessa se escondendo, velho. É cuzão, velho, cara, velho.
Not pressure in terms of his lifestyle, not in terms of money, not in terms of his legacy, because that's all set. He's had a great career, but he wants to beat this guy, okay? And I think there's a little bit where Ankalaev is in his head. He's like, this guy's as big as me. He's stronger than me. He's a better wrestler than me. He might even hit harder than me, and he just beat me. You know what I'm saying? You put all that together, Alex Pereira's like, I've got a real challenge on my hands here. Who wins this fight? I think it's going to be the same way. I think Magomed Ankalaev, because of the wrestling, will force Pereira back up against the fence. I think we'll see a lot of control time. I think we'll see Magomed Ankalaev landing some big shots just like we did last time. I think it's just going to be a continuation of the first fight, round 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Will it get to the 10th round? I don't know. Alex Pereira is not an easy man to finish. Of course, he's got an extensive resume in kickboxing. He's got a solid chin. He ain't no pussy, and he ain't like been knocked out. He's not damaged goods or anything like that. The reality is styles make fights, and Ankalaev can take his shots, he can land the shots, he can take him down, he can pressure him. He's got more ways to win, and that's going to overload the mind of Alex Pereira. Remember, he was a kickboxer. He hasn't been doing the grappling side of things too long. And even though Ankalaev isn't your typical Dagestani wrestler, the man does combat sambo. He's Dagestani. He knows how to wrestle, and that will play a factor. I think the most damage is going to be done with the hands, and I think Ankalaev does get the job done, and he will remain the champion. All right, this weekend it is UFC 320. Alex Pereira goes up against Magomed Ankalaev. Once again, it's a big rematch, and if you want to feel the intensity, there is no better way than with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook, because right now, new customers that bet just $5 will get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins, no matter who you are picking at UFC 320. This is your shot to get in on the action. As I say, if you think you know and you want to get in on the action, there's no better place than DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers bet just $5, get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Remember to use the code Bisping when you're signing up. You can stay in on the action and use that $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout where you can combine multiple bets together from the same fight. If you love the thrill of live betting, DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress fights right as they happen, making watching the fights that much more exciting. And if sports betting is not yet available in your state, then don't worry, you can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6, where you have a shot to win cash prizes. So Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers use the promo code Bisping. Turn $5 into $200 if your bet wins. Paid instantly in bonus bets. The crown is yours. That is promo code Bisping only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Anyway, moving on, co-main event. This one is a tremendous matchup. Cory Sandhagen taking on Merab Dvalishvili. This is the one. This is the one that I can't wait for, because if Merab beats Cory Sandhagen, there's no one anytime soon that is going to beat Merab Dvalishvili. He's beaten everyone in the bantamweight division, but Cory Sandhagen does present some unique problems. He's taller, he's longer, he's quicker, he's cerebral, he's got a great fight IQ. The man can do it all. He's got exceptional footwork, and that's going to be key to back away, to circle, to stay off the fence, to just avoid the takedowns of Merab Dvalishvili. Yes, we know Merab has the cardio, he has the pressure, he has the wrestling, and he has the insanity, okay? He's great to watch. I'm a huge fan of Merab, but I think when you look at fight IQ, you've got to go with Cory Sandhagen. And when you look at the form that he's been on recently, he's really going to be a problem for Merab Dvalishvili. Doesn't mean he's going to win, but that's why I'm saying if Merab can do it, if he can get through him, ain't no one beating Merab anytime soon. And if he does it, he'll already be the greatest bantamweight of all time. I mean, when you look at Merab and the people that he's beaten along the way, it's all former champions: Petr Yan, Henry Cejudo, Sugar Sean O'Malley, Umar Nurmagomedov. Of course, there's legends like Jose Aldo in there as well. And then you add Cory Sandhagen's name to that list. It's undeniable. The man will be the greatest bantamweight of all time. But does he beat Cory Sandhagen? Now, Cory, listen, if he gets taken down, he's very complicated on the ground. He's got a dangerous ground game. On the feet, he's got beautiful striking. And he does know how to set traps. Look at what he did to Frankie Edgar, where he backed up, he lulled Frankie into a false sense of security. He had Frankie chasing him, and then he changes direction, leaps into the air, flying knee, knocks him out cold, okay? So Merab's got to be careful of that. Merab is a shorter guy, and flying knees, they are going to be an option for Cory Sandhagen all day long. Now, that's Cory's side. On the flip side, we've got Merab, the machine, the maniac, the bloody entertainer, okay? He's not going to stop. He's going to go forward. He will get on the inside. He will get a takedown, and he will do some damage. Who wins this fight? It's a really tricky one to call, but I do believe that Merab, given the form that he's on, given the people that he's beaten, given the fact that everything that he's doing is being validated, that he's running through all the competition, that he's beaten legendary names like everyone I just mentioned, I think Saturday night, once again, Merab Dvalishvili gets the job done. Although it's not a confident pick for myself on that one. Now, before that, this one is going to be a banger. Khalil Rountree versus Jiri Procházka. As soon as I saw this one, I was like, holy shit, this fight's incredible. Now, you've got Khalil on one side, that's a very calculated, technical, methodical Thai boxer. You've got Jiri Procházka on the other side, that's the karate stylist, that's a little bit crazy, a little bit unconventional, unpredictable, kind of makes some mistakes technically, the chin's a little bit high in the air, but he goes for it. He will go for this, okay?
Let's go for that.
Literally. He doesn't care. The man loves a war. And the samurai code that he talks about, he truly lives up to that. He really does. And then you got to remember, both these guys have got something very similar in common. They were both beaten by Alex Pereira, and then they both beat Jamal Hill last time out. Khalil beat Jamal via decision, which was a very good tactical display of Thai boxing superiority. And then on the flip side, we had Jiri Procházka that knocked him out cold in the second round. Who's going to win the fight? I think there's going to be some moments for Khalil. He's big, he's strong, he's very cerebral, and he loves this sport, and he leaves no stone unturned. But Jiri Procházka, I'm telling you, he's going to get the knockout. Simple as that. I think Jiri Procházka really is something special. I'm a huge fan of Khalil Rountree. I just think the way that Jiri fights, he will back up Khalil. And because he's unorthodox, because he doesn't follow the rules or the patterns, he's going to catch Khalil with some things. Now, the leg kicks, he's going to have to watch those. Khalil is going to be firing leg kicks, calf kicks, body kicks, head kicks all night long. But I do think that Jiri Procházka is hungry, is mad. He is going to go for this. He is going to go forward, and he's going to let it fly. Look at the knockout over Dominic Reyes. That ridiculous double spinning back elbow. That's the kind of violence this guy delivers. He knocked out Jamal Hill last time out in the third round, not the second round, by the way. And by the way, he's got 27 knockouts on his resume. 27 knockouts. And the man only fights championship caliber guys. Look at the run he's been on. Jamal Hill, Alex Pereira, Alexander Rakic, Alex Pereira, Glover Teixeira, Dominic Reyes. Made his UFC debut against Volkan Oezdemir, a title challenger. He only fights the very, very best. I love Khalil. I'm a big fan. But this one, I've got Jiri Procházka. Now, before that, we have Josh Emmett returning, taking on Youssef Zalal. Now, this is an interesting one because Josh Emmett, as we know, some of the biggest power in the featherweight division. It truly is frightening. Look at the knockout that he had over Bryce Mitchell. I mean, he sent him to the shadow realm. What a knockout that was. But around that knockout, there's 3 other losses. He lost to Lerone Murphy. He lost to Ilia Topuria. No shame, by the way. Went to a decision. And before that, in Perth, Australia, was caught in a triangle choke against Yair Rodriguez. They're the best people in the division, okay? Lerone Murphy's undefeated. There's a possibility that he fights for the belt next. But I think Lerone kind of set the blueprint for Youssef Zalal to get the job done here. Youssef Zalal is on a 4-fight win streak in the UFC. He was young. He came to the UFC. He got cut. He rebounded. He fought really tough opposition. Had a few wins outside of the organization. Then he comes back and he looks completely different. He finishes Billy Q, John O'Errans, and Jack Shore. Jack Shore's not an easy man to beat, and he finished him in the second round at a 3-fight winning streak, all stoppages, and then wins a decision over Kelvin Kattar. Now, Youssef is younger. He's much faster on the feet. He's got beautiful footwork, and Josh Emmett is almost 41 years old. Now, the power is the equalizer, and don't get me wrong, Josh Emmett can knock anyone out. He's a class act. He's a really nice guy. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about who wins. I think that Youssef Zalal, being much younger, having less miles on the clock, being only 29 years old, on a 4-fight win streak, he will look at the game plan that Lerone Murphy used and probably do the same thing. Try and use the speed and outpoint Josh Emmett and get a decision. That's my pick. And then opening up the main card, Abus Magomedov taking on Joe Pyfer. This will be all-out violence from the opening bell. Abus Magomedov, he's beaten a lot of great fighters and he's only lost to the best of the best. He's only lost to former champion Sean Strickland and the highly ranked Kyle Bohayo. He's on a 3-fight win streak against Michel Pereira, Bruno Ferreira and Warley Alves. But Joe Pyfer, with a nasty attitude and a chip on his shoulder, he has ridiculous power. 14 wins, 3 losses, 9 by knockout, 3 by decision. Last time out, beat Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum is not an easy man to finish, okay? He's a big, strong, powerful dude. Abus Magomedov has learned to pace himself a little bit. I think Abus Magomedov, though, is going to go out, he's going to look for the knockout early, and I think Joe Pyfer is going to catch him. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm in Las Vegas and I've got a lot of things to do. Abus Magomedov, I think, loses to Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer's got the power. I think he wins that one via knockout, and Joe Pyfer's going to do big things. Anyway, let me know what you think about everything what I just said. I've talked for a long time now. Ultimately, I have Alex Pereira losing to Magomed Ankalaev. What is your pick? What do you think about what I said? What do you think about UFC 321? Anything that I didn't consider in this video, let me know in the comment section. Please, as always, subscribe and ring the bell. See you soon.